What's up, guys? Welcome to my channel. My name is Manuel Herrera, for those of you guys that don't follow me, and welcome to my first video. Alright, so I wanted to start off with a Q&A. I posted a questions box thing on my Instagram twice last week, just for people to ask whatever questions they wanted, so they could ask anything as far as like relationship, competing, school, whatever it was. So let's get started. Our first question is, what has been the hardest thing during your fitness journey? I think the hardest thing of my fitness journey would have to be my extra skin. I know I don't have a lot, but I did lose 60 pounds in a very short amount of time. I got on stage from being very, very overweight to losing 60 pounds and then competing in my first bikini competition, so I had a lot of extra skin. And even though I've competed like a couple times, it's tightened up a little bit, but not anywhere near where it's like I can just kind of like sit relaxed and be fine. Like it'll bulge out, it'll, you know, droop over like my clothes, like whatever. But yeah, that's probably been the hardest part, just because it's really hard to see like people with, let's say, like, I don't know, that are bulking and have like abs and stuff like that, and I'm cutting and I don't, so I just have extra skin, so that just kind of sucks. But that's probably been the hardest thing to like really accept from my fitness journey. The second question is, best way to lose fat? Burn more calories than you're consuming. So make sure you're in a caloric deficit. You know, your weight training, adding cardio steadily, not an insane amount. And just finding balance between your macronutrients and everything. So yeah. What are you doing for work these days? So for work, I currently am employed at GNC, and I've been at GNC for 2.5 years now. It's just a good job to have, especially when you're in school. One, I got to learn more about like the supplements and the nutrition aspect of it, as well as like being able to do like homework like on the job as well, so that's nice. Next question is, if you could give a piece of advice to your younger self, what would it be? My advice to my younger self, I think, would have to be nutrition, just because I did a lot of fad diets where it's like only eat protein until blah blah blah, get rid of carbs, get rid of gluten, don't eat after 6, intermittent fast, you know, 24-hour fast like twice a week or something like that. It was just a lot of different things that I tried to lose weight when I was younger, where I focused so much on that instead of like living my life. So I just really wish I had like really understood the term balance when I was younger, as far as for like nutrition. What truly made you decide on becoming a competitor, and are you truly happy? Oh, that's a good question. I guess I wanted to become a competitor when I saw this girl Megan compete. So Megan actually is now my current coach, but before I knew her brother. Her brother and I used to work together for a couple of years, and so I knew Megan, I knew who she was and stuff like that, and I saw that she competed in our competition, and I was really overweight at this time, but I started talking to her about it, and she introduced me to her coach, which she helped me like lose the weight. Her name was Jennifer Wade, love her. But she helped me understand macros, learn about flexible dieting, and being able to fit foods that I love and like still being able to reach my goals. So that was awesome. And like a couple months in, she was like, hey, like, you know, we can probably get you on stage in like October, September if you want. And I was like, heck yeah, let's do it, why not? So that's when I competed in my first competition. I was very happy during that time, and I am happy now. The one time during bodybuilding that I was not happy at all was my second prep. So my second prep, I hired a coach, and it was meal plan based. It was strict. It was an insane amount of cardio from the beginning to end. It was a lot different than my first prep. I feel like in my first prep, I could choose the foods that I want to eat, stuff like that, but with a meal plan, it was like I'm eating the same thing every single day, which actually after that I rebounded really, really bad. I gained a decent amount of body fat, and I was like on a binge restrict cycle for a very, very long time, and I was very unhappy during that. And it took me about over a year to just really understand balance, and like I didn't understand like balanced now, like truly, like until this past year. So I'm very happy now, but I was not last year. I was in a very, very bad mental spot and in a very bad relationship with food last year. For your YouTube channel, you should film your journey. I think it's hard to like, I guess like film my journey, because I guess like a big chunk of my journey was my weight loss, and I guess like majority of it was just captured in like pictures on Instagram. Right now I am planning on competing again, so maybe I'll do like a series on that. Have you ever heard of Winstrol, and does it work? I'm pretty sure Winstrol is like a test booster or steroid, something like that. Have I heard of it? I know the name, but I've never taken it, so I really don't know if it works. I have a bunch of friends that take steroids, but I mean, I don't know which ones they take, so I really couldn't tell you, sorry. If I don't like vegetables or fruits, how can I start eating better? I think there's a lot of times where you can actually like blend in vegetables so they don't taste as bad. So let's say mixing white rice with cauliflower rice, because the regular rice will kind of bland it. There's a bunch of recipes on Pinterest for like zucchini pancakes, zucchini brownies, zucchini muffins, zucchini banana bread, stuff like that. You can also take like a greens powder blend or something like that. I know I take one every morning just to get extra micronutrients in, so you could always try to do that as well. And if you can maybe make a protein shake with like fruit, I don't know if you don't like just fruit in general, or like the flavoring of it is fine, but you can put fruit and like greens powders into like a protein shake and like make a smoothie out of it. I don't know if that's something that I've never had an issue with it. I've always loved fruits and vegetables, so I really don't know the answer to that one that well, but that's just some stuff that like comes to mind. Do you plan on getting rid of your extra skin? I've looked, I know a lot of people say like, oh, get a tummy tuck and stuff, but honestly that really scares me. Also because I want kids in the future, and I've heard like mixed stuff about it. I've also looked into like an I can't even say the word, umbiliculoplasty. Ugh. It's a surgery for your belly button, just because where my skin hangs is like where my belly button is, so it just kind of like folds over. So I've thought about doing that, but my friend from high school actually reached out to me talking about stuff like cryotherapy, or for like skill cell manipulation and stuff like that for skin tightening. So I've actually started looking into that. That was literally yesterday. So I've actually thought about doing that instead now, just to go like a less surgical route. Any plans on competing soon? No. So originally I was supposed to compete in September, October of this year, but the pandemic happened, gyms were closed, and I was doing home workouts. I lost a little bit of muscle and stuff, so, and like just to say how it is, I didn't want to bring a half-ass package on stage. I bulked for a reason, and then I started cutting to do like a little body recomp before I reversed back up to maintenance, then cut for my show, but that didn't happen. I mean, I still did a lifestyle cut, but we decided just not to prep, just because, I mean, I didn't go to an actual gym, and I did a lot of band workouts for a little bit, and I just didn't want to bring a half-ass package. So hopefully spring or summer 21 is the plan right now. Where did you and Devin meet? The KSU library. We had a mutual friend that has been trying to introduce us for a while, or that was trying to introduce us for a while. And so yeah, we actually met at the library. What are your favorite carb sources? Ooh, I love oatmeal. I have oatmeal almost every single morning. I love bread. I have French toast every single night. Fruit-wise, very big berry person. I love frozen mango. Couscous, very yummy. It's actually very voluminous as well, very filling. So I like couscous, sweet potatoes, russet potatoes. I think I'm missing something. Yeah, no, those are my main carb sources. Oh, and jelly. I love a good peanut butter and jelly sandwich. Will you post your current stats and macros? So I'll just tell you, I am 5 foot tall. Right now I'm 119 pounds, but I just did a cut about a month and a half ago. I actually ended like at 118, so me holding 119, 120 for I think it's 5 weeks now post cut, it's actually pretty good, and I've raised my macros obviously. Also, I am going to tell you my macros, but just be mindful of what I'm going to say. Just because these are my macros does not mean it's going to work for you. These macros are made by my coach, specific for my goals and for my reverse diet, so I'm reversing up. So I ended my macros at 125 grams of protein, 165 or 70 grams of carbs, and 40 or 45 grams of fat. Can't remember exactly, sorry. But right now I am currently at 135 grams of protein, 200 carb, and 50 fat. So that's what I'm doing right now, and I'm still reversing up, and my body has stayed in, I mean, it's only a pound heavier, so it's stayed roughly the same, which is really, really good. That means my body's reacting really well. Now, cardio-wise, I'm only doing 2 35-minute lists. So I do it on the Stairmaster, I go on a run, and then 2 HIIT sessions a week. How do you eat when you're on vacation? So I'm actually going on vacation next week, so I might actually vlog a little bit of that and how I eat. But usually when we go on vacation, we always get like a Airbnb or VRBO, so it usually tends to have a kitchen. And to save money as well, we usually only go out to eat like once a day, sometimes 2, and that's just if we want to go out to brunch or something, or get breakfast out or whatever. But majority of the time, we'll usually have dinner out. We'll have like breakfast and lunch like at the house or at the place that we're staying, just because like if we're going to the beach or whatever, it's just, we'll usually get somewhere very like close to the beach or walking distance from the beach, so we can just like go in and out, grab some sandwiches, whatever, and like bring it to the beach. But usually I'll save a lot of my carbs and fats for dinner, just so it kind of balances out. So in the morning I might have like a small bowl of oats or a small bowl of fruit with like egg whites and some vegetables. Lunch I'll probably have like a small salad, snack, maybe like a protein shake or a vegan yogurt with fruit. Keeping it light, that way at night, like if I want like a vegan burger and fries, like that's what I'm gonna get. Or if I want sushi, if I want pasta, like I'll get it. I don't restrict myself. Like I don't not eat all day just to like eat that meal that I'm going out, which I used to do. That's why I'm telling you that. You should do a series on YouTube on your different seasons of bodybuilding. Good idea. Why don't you post more when you're bulking? I feel like that's like, it's more of a me thing. Like I was a very overweight person all my life, so me cutting and then putting on like a good amount of like fat and stuff like to bulk was very hard for me to see and like feel comfortable for a little bit. So like it was more kind of like I didn't want to disappoint anyone, I guess, because they saw that I lost so much weight, but now I'm gaining a little bit of it back. It was just weird for me, just because like I didn't like the way I looked for a little bit, and that was also my season where I didn't have a good relationship with food either. So I just wasn't really that happy. But I'll try to do one when I go into surplus again this year, so I'll be posting more. You should do eating challenges. No. I'm not a person that likes to do like 10,000 calorie challenges or stuff like that. I thought about it before, but I just know it wouldn't be good for my mental health, and I would probably feel like absolute crap the next day. But I would like to do like something fun, just kind of like, oh, we're gonna go a full day of like trying new vegan restaurants or taste testing things, or maybe having like, I don't know, like I'll have Devin choose my food for a day, or I'll switch food with like my brother for a day or something like that. I feel like that would be fun, but I'm not doing anything like crazy that's like an insane amount of calories. Are you currently counting macros? Yes. So I've been counting macros for 3 years. I've taken some time off of it like a couple times, but I just always find myself tracking again just because I'm just comfortable with it. I am actually transitioning into intuitive eating after this, something I've never done. I haven't eaten intuitively since I was overweight, so this is actually going to be very interesting. Right now I'm reversing from a cut, So once I get to my maintenance is when I'm gonna go into an intuitive phase. Did you go back to the gym once they opened? No. So I actually waited a while. I got very nervous to go for a little bit. I know they opened up in, I think it was like the end of May that they opened, and I didn't start going till like the end of June. So I waited a solid like 4 weeks, I think, to start going back to the gym. And even when I first started, I only did the Stairmaster, that's it. And I would still do weights at home and band workouts at home, and then after that, like, I was just kind of like starting to like loosen up a little bit, and I ended up going. But I am at the gym now. When are you graduating? So currently my advisor said I'm graduating December 21, so 3 more semesters. A lot of people ask me this just because I've been in school now for 4.5 years, going on 5. And that's because I went to a different college, I transferred, and half my credits didn't go through. And when I transferred into a new college, I also changed my major, so some of the credits that I did have didn't even qualify for that, so I lost a good 1.5 years worth of credits because of that. Alright guys, so that's it. That's all I have for you today. Thank you so much, and if you like this video, press the like button, subscribe if you want to keep seeing my journey, and if there's anything you guys want to see in specific, just go ahead and leave it down in the comments. I appreciate you guys.